Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. In today's workshop, we are going to cover the Claim Your Cash pilot. This is the Los Angeles County Tax Credit Take-Up Program, hoping to increase the number of clients utilizing free tax preparation services in the county and claiming their tax credits. This presentation has been brought to you today from the Economic Security Project of California and the County of Los Angeles Poverty Alleviation Initiative. So to get us started, we're just going to get right into it. You're watching this video and you're thinking, what the heck do I have to do with taxes and what do I have to know? But before we get there, just want you to take a moment, rest your mind, rest your eyes, close your eyes if you'd like, and think about what an extra $2,500 means for your clients. What that extra cash could help with. You know your clients the best. Some of you are benefit workers, or maybe you're helping seniors or those with disabilities. Perhaps you're helping people reentry after some time incarcerated. There's all of us. We're all pretty much serving clients in need, and we know that $2,500 can mean a lot of money. And actually, we use this amount because this is the average tax refund for a low-income taxpayer here in LA County. And we want you to really think about what these dollars can mean for the people that you serve. So, primarily, we will be covering the Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, as they are the two credits, the most large amount of money available to our clients that provide unrestricted cash. They could use it wherever they want, however they want, make ends meet, pay down debt. And on top of that, we are going to cover things like the California EITC, Young Child Tax Credit, and Foster Youth Credit. Now, we don't expect you to remember everything, and we don't expect you to become a tax expert. But we just want you to advocate for these tax credits for your clients and make sure they have the right information so they can get the free help from those experts. So let's get right into it. I mentioned earlier the federal earned income tax credit. This is a tax credit that you can claim when filing your federal return. This year, it's up to $7,430. And the amount of money you get depends on your income and family size. Again, with earned income tax credit, you have to have a job or be self-employed through earned income. For the federal credit, taxpayers and children need to have a social security number. So this is the most restrictive, but because it is a large amount of money, it is very restrictive. And it is available to those, even if they don't have children, as long as they're in between the ages of 25 and 65. If you have children, there's really not an age restriction. And the taxpayer cannot be a dependent. So often we have young adults or maybe college students that are dependents. They are low-wage workers, but they would not be able to get the federal EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit. You know, the EITC is also a lot of money, but let's talk about child tax credit. This is exactly what it is. It's for families that have children. They must be under the age of 17. The child needs to have a social. Well, the taxpayer does not. The taxpayer, can have an individual tax ID number. They do not need to have a social. And this is actually up to $2,000 per child. So this is a lot of money in combination with the federal earned income tax credit. Now we're going to go straight into some of the state credits, right? Again, we're not going to focus too much. I kind of just want you to get the vibe, get the feel that there's a lot of money at stake, right? You don't need to know the details, but just want you to take away how important this is. And there's actually, in addition to the federal earned income tax credit, federal child tax credit, we have the California EITC, young child tax credit, and the foster youth tax credit. And these credits are really important. They're lifting families out of poverty. They're bringing in the cash that they need. So let's get straight into it. Cal EITC, this is an additional $3,529, up to $3,529. Again, the credit amounts vary depending on the family size and the family's income. Again, this is cash that the family can use whichever they want. and their income has to be up to $30,950. And we know we have a lot of clients like this. Even at this amount that we would consider very low, this is primarily nearly all of the clients that we are serving. And what's great about the California EITC is that this is available to those with an individual tax ID number. Individual tax ID number is the number for, if you don't have a social, this is how you file a tax return. You use an ITIN. You can also use an ITIN to open up bank accounts and do some financial transactions. However, an ITIN does not let you work, but it lets you file taxes, lets you be responsible, and it also lets you claim the Cali ITC. And, we can talk ITINs later, but that is something that we can help with too. Um, Again, the taxpayer can claim this credit as long as they're 18 and older and they are not a dependent. So we're seeing that the California EITC looks a little bit like federal. It's a little bit more liberal as far as age, and also that it is available to even taxpayers that do not have social security numbers. And this one is up to $3,529. Now let's get into the young child tax credit. This is for families in California that have children under the age of 605 and younger in 2023. The taxpayer can even have zero income, literally coming into a tax site and claiming zero income. This might be somebody with a child that is on SSI, Security Supplemental Income, or maybe CalWorks, or maybe they just didn't earn money, right? There's a lot of folks that we are serving that are unable to work, not finding jobs, etc. If they have a child 0 to 5, they can claim that child and automatically get $1,117. This is also available to individuals with ITINs. Again, you do not need a social security number to claim this money. And yes, you can file a tax return with zero income, and this is what happens. You get this credit automatically. Now, the next one is the foster youth tax credit. This is available to those who are formerly foster youth between the age they are between 18 and 25 now, but they were in foster care after the age of 13, and they will automatically get $1,117 as long as their income is up to $30,950. So again, automatic cash, especially important to our TAY clients. If you are in some of the county programs through, I don't know, DMA, DCFS, or maybe even some housing, you may come in contact with transitional age youth, and this is a credit that's targeted for that community, that population. So let's do a quick rundown. We have a federal EITC up to $7,430. We have a Cal EITC worth up to $3,529. And then we have things like Young Child Tax Credit, Foster Youth Tax Credit, $1,117. I mean, the only way to get all this cash is to file a tax return. Let's get money into the pockets of people, especially the people who need it the most. These are the clients that we are all working with, whatever department you're part of. And you're in LA County. So we are working with many low income, majority are low income. They are immigrants, maybe language barriers, maybe often locked out of services because of where they live, lack of information. And so we're really relying on you to get some of this information out. We're going to make it easy for you. We'll give you the tools, we'll give you the website, we'll even show you how to book appointments for tax prep. But we need you to get this directly to your clients. Now let's put this in perspective how urgent this is. 1 out of 5 individuals in LA County that are eligible for federal EITC don't even file their return. Okay, that's a whole lot of people. We know that there are millions and millions of people living in LA County, and when 20% are not filing a credit they are owed, we all lose out, right? We know our families need the money. We know they are needing to pay rent, food, increasing costs everywhere. And so we are our neighbors, and we are all part of this economy. And when everyone does well, we are all doing well. Unfortunately, even people who are connected to the county or their benefits are not claiming the cash, right? And here's one proof. Okay, in LA County, only 3,000 people filed a tax return last year that had zero income. And we know that there are 55,000 households using CalWorks. There's something that doesn't line up here, right? The CalWorks clients, the zero in earnings on CalWorks should be in the tens of thousands of dollars. So I want to give you an example, and this actually might sound like one of your clients. You have a client, single parent, making $18,000 in 2023. With one child, they would get close to $4,000 just from federal EITC. With two children, this is a true example. Two children, they would get $6,604 from federal EITC and $1,400 from additional child tax credit. If they had three children, they will be getting the maximum federal EITC and the 1800 from additional child tax credit. So this is just federal. We haven't even gotten to the California credits on these scenarios. It's already, I mean, these are huge impact numbers already. Didn't want to exhaust the screen with all these numbers and dollars. Already, we know that with alone one child at $3,995, it's life-changing money. This is more money than this individual makes in a few months. So technically, this is the biggest check of the year. So really look at all this. And again, at the title of this page is Consider Someone Who Makes Too Little to File. If you make $18,000 a year and you're a single parent, you're actually not required to file, you know? So let's talk about these non-filers who is not required to file or who may not, right? Some folks just skip out on filing a return for whatever reason. And this actually might be folks utilizing public benefits, especially county benefits. They may think that this is income and their benefits get taken away. Or that maybe, hey, I work part-time, I work seasonal, which are often people using public benefits, right? They kind of have jobs here and there. They have very busy lives with children. Maybe they're caring for someone with a disability or illness. Maybe they have difficulty keeping a job. So, number one and two on this list kind of go together. Folks that kind of work part-time or seasonal, they may think, I don't need to file, or hey, if I file, something bad will happen to me. But that's absolutely not the case. These tax credits are not income. Again, other folks might be those who earn cash or they make money under the table. This is earned income and they would qualify for earned income tax credit. It's actually so silly. Some of them will say things like, "Oh, I don't want to file. I'm going to have to pay taxes." They have children. You know, they're going to qualify for some of these credits. And it's a whole other story about I don't want to pay, but when they're actually paying, most of the time they're just paying into their own Social Security and their own Medicare, which we all pay when we have a job, right? We have those deductions. So there's a lot of win-win for those who make cash and filing. They can claim these earned income tax credits because they're earning it through a job. Maybe they missed the deadline. A lot of folks were really busy. I mean, we had some pandemic years. Folks have busy lives. They have children. They have a lot of barriers. They don't even know where to go to file or who to trust, right? Or, hey, I'm not even required to file. I make too little. So, hey, they put it off. And it's very easy to put off. We all have busy lives. I mean, if you're utilizing things like public transportation and you have children, I mean, sometimes tax prep and the stress around that, you may just want to put it off, right? So that's okay. We could talk about deadlines in the next slide, but it happens. And actually, you can even file returns for the last previous years as well. Think about your unhoused clients, gig workers, young adults. Again, folks who have very busy lives, maybe balancing school, they're troubled with finding housing or stability, that they're not going to think about taxes. Undocumented workers. I mentioned earlier that those with an I-10 tax ID number qualify, right? They may think, oh, hey, I don't want to file. I don't trust the government. What if they know I'm undocumented? They don't want to put themselves out there. In fact, filing a return is often the first thing that immigration is going to ask to establish that you're responsible, that you live here in the U.S., that you're here, you're living here. They ask for the tax return. And then the last one, again, I mentioned this earlier, making too little to file. So folks who may think, well, I don't have to. So, why would I? So that's an example of made too little to file, making below the required amount to file. So let's get into it. We're looking at all of the folks who are non-filers. I'm sure we have these in our the folks that we're serving at our centers. So Again, clients who make too little to file, often the little to making too little to file actually means you're owed money. IRS is not going to knock on your door when they owe you money. They like to send you love letters and say, hey, when you are making good money and you didn't file. When they owe you money, you're not gonna be asked to file. And that's because there's some tax credits there. I mentioned earlier, tax refunds are not considered income and do not impact qualifications for public benefits. In fact, when you receive things like SSI, CalFresh, CalWorks, General Relief, these are not income and you don't even report it on the tax return. It's not uh, they're not taxable. Maybe you missed a year. Maybe you missed the deadline. You could actually claim a refund up to 3 years after the filing deadline. So right now, you have until it's like June 15th to claim your 2020 tax return. And think about it, in the 2020, 2021, there were some stimulus payments. If folks missed out on that, there's still time to claim that money. Again, immigrants can file. And the last set of bullet points, it has to do with tax refunds are not a public charge for immigration. If you're worried about public benefits looking bad, a tax refund is not treated like that. You can claim a tax refund, it's totally fine. In fact, again, the tax filing of taxes can help your immigration process. So let's get ahead to the filing deadline this year is April 15th. This is a deadline is actually for people who owe. Okay, so if you owe, you have to file by the deadline to avoid a non-filing fee, and then the amount you owe starts to accrue interest. Well, if you are owed money by the IRS, you're owed a refund, you don't have a deadline. In fact, you have 3 more years. So, a lot of folks don't know this. They think, there's a penalty or shoot, I don't know how bad it's going to be if I file late. If you have a refund, then you have some time. Again, you can claim refunds after 3 years. Oh, I mentioned earlier the 2020 deadline is coming up. It's actually May 17th. There was a couple years with the pandemic where the dates changed, so it's actually May 17th this year to claim that 2020 tax return. So let's get money into the pockets. This is where we need your help. We don't expect you to file returns. We don't expect you to get them on TurboTax, but send them to a free tax center. There are over 100 locations in the county of Los Angeles that offer free tax preparation. We have activated a live line that operates from about 9:30 a.m. to 7 that will take your call and schedule an appointment for a client. What we're usually doing is asking them, like, what neighborhood or what zip code would you like this appointment? Sometimes folks want to go to some location close to their work or their families, maybe the school. Or sometimes they want something that's convenient on the weekend. So we are reserving this number just for you for county departments. You can give this number to your clients. We can speak to them directly, and we love to. We love to, tell them about what to bring and the directions on how to get to each location. Or you could even visit the website claimyourcashla.com. We have a mapping tool. You can put in a zip code. You can even look at the map and scroll around. A lot of really good information because you could even schedule your appointment online, or you can even receive information about walk-in locations. A lot of folks love the informality of, hey, we're here every Friday from like 9 to 5, walk in. They might wait a little bit because locations with scheduled appointments, they usually just do the return within about 1 to 1.5 hours from when the client's appointment. So keep in mind that the VITA locations, you have to get certified every year. These are trained and certified by IRS. They are trusted. They're also helping people receive that ITIN number, the individual tax ID number, if they're undocumented. We can help you file for that, and so that way you get to the process of filing your return. And keep in mind that paying a pay preparer is so expensive. You and I know it's very pricey. And often tax preparers take advantage of these families with large refunds. The return is very simple. It's a W-2, maybe some unemployment, maybe some Social Security. But when they start seeing three, four, $5,000 refund, the fees seem to jump up. And it's not because the return is more complex, it's just being opportunistic, right? I helped you get all this money. I got some tricks. So I'm going to charge you three, four, $500. But trust me, these returns are very simple. And majority of clients receiving these tax credits may be going to paid preparers. And so we know that they're losing a lot of this money that is meant for them, their children, when they would easily qualify for a free service at a VITA location. More money for our clients is our top priority, all of our priority, right? So let's talk about how this works. You're going to make a warm handoff, share some education material, share the marketing. You can even schedule an appointment on the website or call the center. The client will be able to access their free tax preparation assistance, and the county clients win. They get more money in their pocket. So the main pilot, the goal is we would love to help over 3,000 taxpayers, especially county clients, to file a return through this program. We'd love to expand the capacity of the VITA sites within the network and help these centers be open all year long. So there's a lot of funding going into this so the VITA system can handle your clients. We are going to establish new sites, which you've already done in places like Southeast LA and Antelope Valley. New locations mean these clients can fill up these VITA sites. They are waiting for your clients. And all of this will deliver more than $9 million to our clients in federal and state refunds, providing $17 million in economic activity. This is the power of the tax credit. This is how impactful it is, and we can't do it without you. So again, you're not expected to remember this, EITC is this much money and that and this. No, 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 you're not going to be a tax expert, but you will share this information with your clients. We need that warm handoff. Talk to them about how they filed. How do they need information of where to go, where to file for taxes for free? General awareness. And so I've shared this. I'm going to share this as a PDF with all of you, how one of your conversations can go. It is tax season. It's very common. It's all over social media. There's even jokes on TikTok about taxes and refunds. It's very normal to talk to people if they filed their taxes. We just have a few weeks left in what is known as tax season. And you just want to ask your clients if they have filed their return. You could also even give them the card, which I'll display in the next slide or so. You can give them the outreach collateral. You can even send this information, which some of the departments have done a great job of already doing. They're sending this out. They're sending out the link to book their appointment. They're even sending out the phone number. We're really excited to get more people at claimyourcashla.com or even calling the phone number to talk to someone to get an appointment for free tax assistance. This is the website. When you land, it's very clear, very easy. It's more money in the pockets of our clients. And then immediately at the bottom of this first view of the homepage is let's schedule your appointment. And this is what the mapping tool looks like. On the top left, there's a search button where you can put in things like zip codes. And you'll see that all of the close centers, for example, we did a lookup for this Whittier location, but we can see Compton and the neighborhood locations on the side there. And there's actually a link to book online. Some people nowadays, they don't want to talk to reps. They just want to go straight to the booking. And what's great about online booking is that your client will be getting emails and text about this appointment and all of the things to bring. And what do they bring? We need, this is very important. It's a tax filing. We need ID for every taxpayer. So husband, wife, or both spouses, right? We need original Social Security card or anything that verifies their tax ID number and name that is from the government. So this could include a Medicare card. It could include the I-10 letter. It could include a letter from the IRS with the client's name and social together. But mostly clients are just bringing in the social security card or ITIN. I mean, you need to bring something original. We cannot take an old tax return. We need to see it, the real thing, right? We need all income documents like W-2s, 1099s, proof of health insurance, which is Form 1095. And again, when you book online, the client gets all of this information. Also, if they would like direct deposit, to bring their bank account information, if they paid for childcare, if they have a home, if they have anything that is an IRS notice. It's very important to bring that. There's a pretty big one, a new one called identity theft PIN number. Um, that is, if they have that, they should bring it. And it's always helpful to bring an old tax return. Sometimes clients like to compare year to year. Maybe they'll say something like, last year I got less, last year I got more. Why? And so we'd like to reference that. And sometimes it's because that year had a stimulus or that year had expanded tax credits. It's just very, very useful to have the two next to each other to show the changes. So just really excited to share this information. Please work with your department to send out the emails, the texts, pass out the cards, and have these important conversations. We want to see your clients. We want to serve them. We want you to hear back the success of their clients filing a return and what they were able to do with their refund. So thank you, everyone. This is our contact information. If you have any questions, if you'd like any trainings for you and your employees, happy to assist. Thank you. Have a good one.